Hello, Stoic quotient. Procrastination can be a tough habit to break, but there's a Stoic-inspired technique you might find helpful. Before you check your phone or open a new browser tab, pause and ask yourself, is this essential right now? This brief moment of reflection can interrupt the automatic habit of digital distraction. Hierarchal suggested a practice of reviewing our day in reverse each evening. At the end of each day, reflect on what you accomplished and what you postponed. Avoid judging yourself. Simply observe. This exercise can heighten your awareness of procrastination patterns. Remember, overcoming procrastination isn't about becoming a productivity machine. It's about aligning your actions with your values and goals. As Seneca wisely said, life is long if you know how to use it. Here's a challenge for the week ahead. 1. Choose one task you've been avoiding. 2. Break it into small steps and commit to working on it for just 5 minutes each day. 3. Share your experiences in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll dive into building unshakable discipline. But for now, keep in mind the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Stay strong, stay focused, and remember that each small victory over procrastination is a step toward mastering your own potential. Chapter 3, Building Unshakable Discipline. Mind. We've tackled the ego and confronted procrastination. Now we face perhaps our most crucial challenge yet, building unshakable discipline. Let's begin with a powerful quote from Epictetus: no man is free who is not master of himself. This encapsulates the essence of discipline, the ability to control our actions, thoughts, and emotions. Discipline isn't about punishment or restriction, it's about freedom, the freedom to choose our actions deliberately rather than being persuaded by fleeting desires or fears. The Stoics understood that true power comes from within, from our ability to govern ourselves. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This is the cornerstone of Stoic discipline. But how do we build this strength? Let's break it down. 1. Start with small habits. Musonius Rufus taught habit is a powerful influence. Begin with tiny, manageable habits. It could be making your bed every morning or meditating for 5 minutes daily. 2. Practice mindfulness. Seneca advised we should every night call ourselves to an account. Take time each day to reflect on your actions. Were they in line with your values and goals? 3. Embrace discomfort. Epictetus said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Discipline often means doing what's uncomfortable. Embrace the challenge. 4. Focus on what you can control. The Stoics emphasize focusing on what's within our power. Concentrate your energy on your actions and reactions, not on outcomes. 5. Develop a morning routine. Many Stoics, including Marcus Aurelius, start their day with reflection, and planning a consistent morning routine can set the tone for a disciplined day. Now let's address a modern challenge: the constant barrage of notifications and distractions. Try this Stoic-inspired technique. Turn off all notifications for 1 hour daily. Use this time for focused work or reflection. This practice in self-control can strengthen your overall discipline. Heracles suggested visualizing expanding circles of concern, starting with ourselves and expanding outward. Apply this to discipline. Start with self-control in small personal matters. Then extend this discipline to your interactions with others, work, and community. Remember, building discipline isn't about being perfect, it's about consistent effort and gradual improvement. As Epictetus said, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Here's a challenge for the week ahead. Choose one area of your life where you want to build more discipline. It could be waking up earlier, sticking to a workout routine, or limiting social media use. Commit to it for 7 days, no matter how small the action. Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll explore overcoming distractions, and maintaining focus. But for now, remember the words of Seneca: the mind that is anxious about future events is miserable. Stay present, stay disciplined, and trust in the process. As we close this chapter, reflect on this. Every moment of discipline is a vote for the person you want to become. Each small act of self-control is a building block in the foundation of your unshakable discipline. Remember, the path to mastery is paved with small, consistent. Chapter 4: Overcoming Distractions Action. So far, we've built a foundation of self-awareness, tackled procrastination, and cultivated discipline. Now we face a ubiquitous modern challenge: overcoming distraction. Let's begin with a profound observation. From Senna, to be everywhere is to be nowhere. In our hyper-connected world, this rings truer than ever. Our attention is constantly pulled in multiple directions, fragmenting our focus and diluting our effectiveness. The Stoics, though they lived in a simpler time, understood the importance of focus. Marcus Aurelius advised, concentrate every minute on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness. But how do we achieve this in a world of endless notifications, social media, and information overload? Let's break it down into actionable steps. 1. Create a distraction-free environment. Epic is taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. This might mean turning off notifications, using website blockers, or even adopting a simpler phone. Don't be afraid to seem out of touch if it means reclaiming your attention. 2. Practice single tasking. Epictetus said, we should discipline ourselves in small things, and from there progress to things of greater value. Start by focusing on one task at a time, even for just 15 minutes. Gradually increase this. Period. 3. Implement the stop and think technique before switching tasks or checking your phone. Pause and ask, is this necessary right now? This moment of reflection can break the automatic habit of distraction. 4. Schedule distraction time. Seneca advised, all vices creep upon us under the name of virtues. Instead of trying to eliminate distractions entirely, schedule specific times for them. This can make it easier to focus during your work period. Periods. 5. Practice mindfulness. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Regular mindfulness practice can strengthen your ability to notice when you're getting distracted and redirect your attention. Now let's address a specific modern challenge: digital overwhelm. Try this Stoic-inspired technique. Keep a distraction D for 1 week. Note down every time you get distracted what distracted you and what you were supposed to be doing. This self-awareness can be eye-opening and help you identify patterns. Hierarchals suggested, visualizing concentric circles of concern with ourselves at the center. Apply this to your attention. What deserves to be in your inner circle of focus, what can be relegated to the outer circles. Remember, overcoming distractions isn't about achieving perfect focus all the time. It's about becoming more intentional with your attention. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Here's a challenge for the week ahead. 1. Choose 1 hour each day to be completely distraction-free. 2. Use this time for deep work, reflection, or connecting with loved ones. 3. Share your experiences in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to break bad habits. But for now, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: you always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control. These things are not asking to be judged by you. Leave them alone. As we close this chapter, reflect on this: your attention is your most valuable resource. Where you place determines the shape of your life. By mastering your focus, you're not just becoming more productive, you're reclaiming your life. Stay focused, stay present, and remember, every moment of intentional focus is a step towards mastery of your mind. And Chapter 5: Breaking Bad Habits. Life. We've navigated the landscapes of self-awareness, procrastination, discipline, and focus. Now we face a challenge that touches every aspect of our lives: breaking bad habits. Let's begin with powerful proverbs. Habits are first cobwebs, then cables. This vivid imagery reminds us that good or bad habits strengthen over time. The key is to recognize and addressed them early then. Stoics understood that our habitual actions shape our character, as will Durant, though he is not a Stoic, is. Influence on Stoicism is undeniable. Famously said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence then is not an act but a habit, so how do we break the chains of bad habits and forge new positive ones? Let's break it down. 1. Identify the trigger. Marcus Aurelius advised, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Recognize what triggers your bad habits. 2. Replace. Don't just remove. Aristotle wisely noted, nature abhors a vacuum. Don't just try to stop a bad habit, replace it with a positive one. 3. Practice self-compassion. Epic is taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Be patient with yourself. Changing habits takes time. For visualize success. Regularly visualize yourself successfully overcoming your bad habit. 5. Create accountability. Seneca wrote extensively to his friend Lucas about self-improvement. Find an accountability partner or share your goals with someone you trust. Now let's address a modern challenge: digital habits. Many of us need help with excessive screen time or social media use. Try this Stoic-inspired technique for 1 week before engaging in any digital activity. Pause and ask, is this aligning with my values and goals? This moment of reflection can help break automatic digital habits hierarchies. Suggested an exercise of examining our roles and responsibilities. Apply this to your habits. How do your current habits align with your roles as a friend, family member, professional, and citizen? This perspective can motivate change. Remember, breaking bad habits isn't about achieving perfection, it's about progress and continuous improvement. As Epictetus said, he is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Here's a challenge for the week ahead. Choose one bad habit you want to break. Identify its trigger, decide on a positive replacement, and commit to this change for 7 days. Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to silence self-doubt. But for now, remember the words of Marcus Aurelius: do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. As we close this chapter, reflect on this: every time you choose a new positive action over a bad habit, you vote for the person you want to become. You're sculpting your character one choice at a time. Remember, the power to change your habits lies within. Chapter 6: Silencing Self-Doubt. We've conquered bad habits, and now we face perhaps our most insidious enemy: self-doubt, that nagging voice that whispers you're not good enough, you can't do it, or who do you think you are? Let's begin with a powerful quote from Marcus Aurelius: you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. This reminds us that self-doubt is not an external force, but an internal one that we have the power to control. The Stoics understood that our judgments about ourselves often cause more suffering than external events. As Epictetus said, men are disturbed not by things, but by the views which they take of them. So how do we silence these disturbing views of self-doubt? Let's break it down. 1. Recognize self-doubt for what it is. Seneca advised, we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. When self-doubt arises, pause and ask, is this doubt based on fact or fear? 2. Practice self-compassion. Higher taught about expanding circles of concern with ourselves. At the center, treat yourself with the kindness you'd offer a good friend facing doubt. 3. Focus on what you can control. Epictetus emphasized there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. Focus on your efforts, not outcomes. For use negative visualization. Paradoxically, imagining the word can help silence doubt. As Seneca suggested, he who fears death will never do anything worthy of a living man. 5. Take action despite doubt. Plato said, for a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. Small actions in the face of doubt build confidence over time. Now, let's address a modern challenge: social media comparison. Try this Stoic-inspired technique for 1 week before checking social media. Remind yourself, I'm seeing others' Highlight reels not there behind the scenes. This perspective can help reduce doubt-inducing comparisons. Zeno of Citium, the founder of Stoicism, taught about living in agreement with nature. Apply this to self-doubt. Is your doubt in alignment with your true nature and potential, or is it a learned response based on fear? Remember, silencing self-doubt isn't about never feeling uncertain, it's about not letting that uncertainty paralyze you. As Marcus Aurelius said, our life is what our thoughts make it. Here's a challenge for the week ahead. 1. Please write it down each time you feel self-doubt. 2. Write a compassionate, rational response to that doubt. 3. Share your insights and experiences in the comments below. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to face our fears, but for now, remember the words of Epictetus: he who is not happy with little will never be happy with much. As we close this chapter, reflect on this. Every time you push through self-doubt, you build a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. You're proving that you are indeed capable, worthy, and strong. Remember, the voice of self-doubt may be loud, but your inner strength is. Chapter 7: Facing Your Fears. Louder. Now, we will discuss one of life's most significant challenges: our fears. Fear can paralyze us from living fully and pursuing our dreams. Let's start with a powerful quote from Seneca: we suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This reminds us that our fears are often even more daunting in our minds than in actual experience. The